We are starting off the morning very comfortable here across the valley, all from the effects of that cool front that arrived yesterday. We're also dealing with some drier conditions. McAllen right now at 68, Harlingen 63, Brownsville 68. This is one of the most coolest mornings that we've seen in quite some time. Also, we're dealing with a break of the humidity. We've definitely been dealing with those sweltering conditions for the past several months, and now we're feeling closer like fall here across the valley, even though those afternoon temps still remaining a bit on the warm side. As far as your dog walk forecast, we're going to see those temps remaining in the low 70s up to 75 by 9 a.m. Definitely very comfortable to do any type of outdoor activities, at least for the next 2 to 3 hours, as we, of course, start tracking Ian, the hurricane that is about to impact the Florida coast there. It's often a reminder to see the impacts of this storm to give us a better understanding of what could potentially happen here when it comes to hurricane season. Here's a live view of Clearwater Beach, Florida. Lots of rain right now. This is just outside of Tampa. Waves are looking quite a little bit on the calmer side, but just further south in Fort Myers, they're dealing with some very high winds there, and they're also dealing with a bit more rough conditions. This is in Naples, Florida, where they're expecting to get more of the blunt impact of this storm. You're able to see that rain, that wind. Also, you can't really ever see the beach out in the distance there with those very rough waves, and storm surge, definitely a problem with this system. Right now, a Category 4 storm. Wind speeds are just shy of a Category 5 hurricane. As we go into the next 2 to 3 hours, this storm is going to be impacting the Florida coast, potentially bringing some catastrophic conditions for folks that are up and down the Florida coast there. Latest track has this making landfall somewhere between Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Tampa there. So we're going to have to keep an eye on this system for our neighbors out in Florida, as well as us being mostly calm. And just a reminder, we're seeing those winds at 155 miles an hour, and it only takes winds at 157 miles an hour to become a Category 5 hurricane. It will bring high rip current risk here across South Padre Island. Even though this storm is just under 900 miles away from us, we're going to see the effects of this system bring some rough surf for the next 2 to 3 days. And of course, like our chief just says, the Gulf of Mexico is like a bathtub. What happens on one end of the Gulf usually affects the other side. And so expect a high rip current risk for South Padre Island, more of an indirect impact for us here across the valley there. For the temperatures for the next afternoon, we are expecting those temps to remain in the upper 80s, low 90s. Future clouds and radar showing mostly clear conditions. We could see a stray shower or two in and around South Padre Island, but we're just going to remain mostly calm here across the valley. We have this high pressure system that's just dominating across the region. This is going to keep that rain out of the picture and keep us just mostly sunny from here on out, at least for the next few days. So expect lots of sunshine, highs in the upper 80s, low 90s, lows in the 60s. So we're going to see those nights and those mornings remain comfortable from here on out, at least through the rest of the work week. As far as your 7-day forecast, highs in the low 90s, up to about 89 degrees for Saturday. We're going to see some increase in cloud cover for Sunday and Monday there, but we are expecting to be high and dry here across deep South Texas, at least for the next 7 days.